So good morning, this is Karen with Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. Today is our daily general reading. This may or may not resonate. It's for, I feel like these are kind of timeless. You'll come across them when you need to. But I feel like this week's been a really hard week for readings. The last couple of readings have not been easy. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a look at current situation, past and present influences, negative and positive influences, what we don't see, our challenge, and future influence and outcome. This is general. It may or may not resonate. Also, just as an FYI, I do personal readings. Link to my website is in the description box. And also there's a link to my email in my website, so that if you have any questions on any of my offerings, go ahead and click that and let me know. So we're using Black Cat Tarot. I'm going to do 2 more shuffles. Cut the deck. Okay. Take a look at current situation. Knight of Pentacles. Past influence is good. 10 of Swords. It's in the past. So, present influence. Tower. Oh, guys, it's going to continue. But you notice how it's moving forward? I don't know if any of you have been watching the other readings. We've had the Tower and the 10 of Swords, I believe. Even if the Tower may have came up as a clarifier, but it was more in the future. It's interesting how that happens. What is our negative influence? What's 4 of Wands? Okay, our positive influence. 6 of Swords. Wow. Okay. What we don't see. Knight of Wands. Challenge. 2 of Pentacles. Future influence. Good. Ace of Pentacles. Thank God. And outcome. Ace of Wands. Wow. This is really interesting, guys. Good, because I've had a really rough week, and I feel like the cards have just kind of told me so. But I don't think we're out of the storm yet, because actually we're in the storm right now. I will tell you, because our readings had the 10 of Swords and the Tower, or even if the Tower was a clarifier, it was in the future. So we weren't quite there yet, but now we're there. So, and that's okay, I think, because I think that's going to, really get us through. So the 5 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. There's still something here that conflicts you, and I see that with the challenge too, being the 2 of Wands. Also the negative influence being the 4 of Wands as a celebration or coming together. Like, I think in the Black Cat Tarot, if I'm not mistaken, oops, sorry about that, 4 of Wands is a little bit different. I feel like it's a coming together because they're all together, but let's take a quick gander. Communication, a high aptitude for communication. Kindness and empathy make a person popular and beloved. Shared experiences are a source of richness. Yeah, that's interesting. I'll tell you, it makes me wonder if there's some kind of move. Okay, so the present situation is the Knight of Pentacles. So there is something happening that's good, because the Knight of Pentacles does leave us good things, right? The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving, but he's methodical, and he's planting seeds along the way, even though he's kind of slow. So whatever is happening, you're just not seeing the benefits of it yet. It looks like you will, with the future influence being the Ace of Pentacles, but not quite yet. You're not quite there. But I think that's why there's this conflict here with the Five of Wands, is because you're not seeing it. And it's hard when you don't see something happening when you're putting work in or at least energy into something. And I think that's more what it is. It's the energy that you're putting in. I may clarify some of these, but the 10 of Swords tells me, in the past, the ending has happened, but this isn't just an ending. So with this 10 of Swords in this deck, he's also facing his fears, which sometimes when we end something or when we have to end something, that is a fear. And to me, that says too that, this has happened. We have faced our fears. We've chosen to probably move forward. This has been the choice. This has been the knowledge that we know that we have to do this. This was influencing the past. And it's something that we knew we had to end. We knew we had to do. We knew that was coming. I think, not just in the readings, I think you would have felt it to some degree in the past. And it's happened. So, and again, it may not be really big and really obvious to you what has ended. And it may. It just kind of depends. But I feel like, it is saying that something did come to an end. And, but you've got what's influencing the now is the Tower. So, this is something that we're not expecting. And so in the now, there is some kind of true change happening. Again, this is, when I see the 10 of Swords and the Tower together, it's like you're supposed to end something. Something's supposed to come to an end. And if you don't do it yourself, the universe steps in with the Tower. And when that happens, it comes by a surprise, but this is supposed to end. Whatever we have done in the past was not built on a good foundation. The foundation was wobbly, it was not stable, and that's why the Tower's happening. So whatever this situation is that's ending, and I feel like it's most likely something at work or project oriented. It could be relationship, but there's no cups here. So I feel, but there is wands, and wands are about passion, but wands are also about work, and so are pentacles. And we have a couple swords, but yeah, I feel like it's more work or something that sparks your passion. So if it's not work like your career work, it could be, a project you're working on or something that you're doing at home or even away from home, like if there's some kind of it really feels like work to me, but it definitely could be projects. So there is something in the now. This is going to be an influence. Okay, so it's not as predictive as it is saying this change is going to influence what happens. So we're not saying this is what's going to happen. This change is going to happen and it's going to influence what happens. Does that make sense? When we're talking about influences, this energy is influencing the now. And it could even be that you have to change. I feel like things are really changing for you, probably. Like, really changing. I do. So our negative influence is the Four of Wands, and I feel like, how this was talking about being loved or whatever. That's why I'm thinking work. I feel like, this is a negative influence because it's like a change. If you change work, you're going to... The negative part of this change is losing people that are important to you or that you care about or that help you, that kind of thing. Like this change is going to affect who's around you. The change is good. It cannot not be good with the aces, the two aces. I mean, those two aces are my absolute favorite aces. Because the Ace of Wands has passion and it's fast, and the Ace of Pentacles is really the slow and methodical. So when you put those together, you're going to have something that's sustainable, but that brings you passion. So that's really kind of cool. And the Four of Wands just says, when changes happen, sometimes that affects us and affects what we've come to know and love. And if it's a job change, even if it's within the company, if it's a job change, you may not work around the same people that you know and love, or that the people that you touch on it every day that you will no longer touch anymore. In other words, work with or answer questions to or whatever, are going to miss you. You know, like it's a negative in the fact that it's not necessarily negative, it's just hard. Um, yeah, it's going to be hard. So your positive influence is Six of Swords, and it's a reminder that you're leaving something that's hasn't brought you what you need or want. And the Six of Swords is about moving on to better places and taking the initiative to do so. And we have a lot of movement cards here. The Tower to me is a movement card. The Ten of Swords is a movement only because we're ending something, right? And this is saying, okay, it's good, it's over. Now we can move forward, we can move on. This is going to be hard in the now. It's not in the near future here. To me, the Six of Swords is a good card, but it's also not an easy card. None of the swords are easy to me. I don't think none of them, because we're dealing with something. With the swords, in almost every sword we have, we're dealing with something. I mean, the Ace of Swords, that one's okay. And this is a good sword. It's a good card, but it's not necessarily easy. But the thing is because it's a positive influence, we've already done the hard work of knowing that we're going to be leaving something behind. Now it's doing it. So the positive is, this is what's happening. We're doing it. We're moving on to a better place, a happier place. So now I got to remember, this is what we don't see. Okay, so our challenge, what we don't see is the Knight of Wands. And I feel like this is, again, there, because of the Six of Swords and this card and the Tower, I feel like there could be some kind of, and the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like there could be some kind of move involved here. But it literally could be just moving or changing jobs, or movement in whatever project or anything you're doing. Again, this could be relationship, but it feels to me more like, again, it feels more like work. But it could be a relationship if the relationship was more in your mind. That it was something that you've been holding on to, but it hasn't really quite solidified yet. Like, hasn't become a real relationship. Does that make sense? Like, there's a relationship that's not committed or something like that, and it's one of those types that's like that. But I feel like the Knight, this is something we don't see, and I feel like the energy is saying everything's moving the way it should move. This could also be travel. It's something we don't know about yet, and we might be traveling or moving. Because I feel like the Ace of Pentacles could be an offer, but that offer may come with some stipulations of moving. It's actually kind of cool. I'm actually going to clarify that one. The Two of Pentacles in our challenge, I mean, that's an obvious challenge. Right now, you're just trying to balance everything out. You're struggling with, I think this isn't a decision making as far as the Two of Swords, but it's close. Because with this new opportunity, I feel like you're going to have to find a way to balance other things in your life. So whatever those other things are, whether it's home, whether it's, a partner, whether it's kids, whether it's something, or other projects, or there's something that's going to come about that's going to, the challenge is balancing all of that out to keep it even, to keep things stable. Yeah. Whew. It's going to be hard, but your future influence is Ace of Pentacles. And see how this is a ship? So this is a little different to me than other Aces of Pentacles. And even if I read it, and for those of you who read tarot or understand the cards, if you the meanings, I have this little booklet from the Black Cat Tarot, and they're a little bit different. So, like in the Ace of Pentacles, self confidence, it represents the capacity to build things that last. Self confidence leads to the conclusion of ambitious projects. So, it's not only the starting of something, but it is. I mean, it is the same thing. It's the starting of something that is long lasting, is sustainable. But here's what I feel like: it's an offer, because whatever this is, it leads you to move forward with something that can change your life forever. Um, it could also be money, but I don't think so. It's an influence. So this to me feels like an offer coming in, and I'll tell you why. The outcome being the Ace of Wands, that's the beginning. This is where you're going to be here very shortly, and that means to me that this leads to something that really strikes your passion and your creativeness, and it's something that you really want to do. It's not just a new opportunity, but it's something that I mean, this to me, like, you can be given an opportunity and it's good and it's great and maybe it brings you some money, and maybe you really want to do it, but the Ace of Wands is like all of the good things. I mean, this brings your passion, your creativeness. So it's gonna, you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that. Whatever this beginning is, it's gonna be super good because it's going to bring all of that together. Let's clarify that. Let's see. I want to clarify the Tower. Is there any, like, just if there's anything we need to know about the present influence and being the Tower? Is there anything there that we need to keep an eye on or watch for or understand with the Tower? Please clarify the Tower. Pull 3 cards. Oh, I'm not shuffling very good this morning. It's because I'm cramped. I'm not trying to leave all these not undisturbed. Okay. I am not shuffling these for nothing. Let me move these up a little bit. And I'll move back away from the table. Okay. Can we please tell us about the Tower in the present influence? What do we need to know about this Tower? What is this Tower moment? What's changing? What's shifting? Oh, interesting. Okay. It's interesting that it's clarified. Okay, the Devil. The Devil and the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So it's something that I feel like something that you're kind of attached to is going to come to an end. There's some kind of idea that you've put into place. And I'm going back to a move with that Knight of Wands. Well, Knight of Wands in this deck does not make me think of move as much. And there's a 5 of Swords at the bottom here. Let me take a look at this, please, and give me a second. I almost feel like someone's been watching you. So the Page of Swords sometimes can be like a stalking card. But it's not necessarily stalking, but like someone keeping an eye on you. It's weird. I feel like they like your energy. Like this person has been kind of watching you kind of from afar. You don't really know about it, and they like your energy, and it's going to change that's what's causing the change, is whatever this thing is that you're kind of stuck on with the devil. I feel like it's somebody, maybe not somebody, but yeah, someone's been watching you and they like what they see. And I don't feel like this is relational. I really don't. It could be, but it's more like, um, like if at work they've been kind of watching your work and how you like behave in a meetings, or I don't know, any of those things, or how you're answering questions or the work that you're doing, they're seeing this. Or, if they're, you're on social media and they're seeing you do something, um, creative or innovative, or even just they just like what they're seeing, and that to me is that Knight of Wands there, and the Page of Swords is kind of what that is. There is some kind of idea coming in too, though. I think so. This Tower can be from that, someone watching you and going, "Oh wow, I really like their energy. I'm going to give them this offer." Let's take a look at the Ace of Pentacles. What does the Ace of Pentacles mean in the future influence? No, let's first look at the Knight of Wands and the challenge. No, and what we don't see. What is the Knight of Wands, please? I'm sorry, what we don't see. Can you clarify the Knight of Wands in what we don't see? Interesting. So we have here Eight of Cups, Ace of Swords, and 10 of Cups. So it feels weird to me. All of a sudden now it's feeling more relational. The Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Wands is what you don't see. And this Eight of Cups, you've walked away from something because you had some kind of clarity moment or something. So this Knight of Wands is movement, but there is some kind of clarity about a relationship. Now, this definitely could be a working relationship. These are really still the only cups we have coming out. But what we don't see could be part of that negative influence of being the Four of Wands, because we might have to walk away from something that's good. The Four of Wands is our negative influence, and that's something that we're celebrating. So what we don't see is movement, but it is, I feel like the Eight of Cups, like we were walking away from something, but then we've got a clarity moment, and we understand the relationship better now, and which is, but this could also be literally something you love as well. I do feel like what you don't see is moving. It actually feels like, so when I look at it, the Knight is moving towards the reading. So I feel like that what you don't see is a movement towards all of these things. What I feel like, honestly, is that you don't see this new beginning coming, and that's why the Tower's there. Like there's this new beginning from something that's been, really important to you, and someone must be watching you, whether it's love or just work, and you're not seeing this happen, and you don't know, because too, like, now see, we've got the Page of Swords clarifying the Tower, and we've got the Ace of Swords clarifying here. So I really do feel like it's some kind of epiphany too, but I do feel like there's definitely clarity coming about whatever is ending here, or whatever is changing. That Eight of Cups tells me that you're going to get clarity on that, and I think that it has to do with either some kind of relationship at work, or your relationship with work, or with somebody, not necessarily love. Let's take a look at I'm going on way too long these days, but let's take a look further into this Ace of Pentacles. What is this new offer, please? What is the new offer or this Ace of Pentacles in the future influence? What do we need to look for to make sure we grab a hold of this? What is this? Okay, it's something already in play. And it is bringing back some control and stability in your life. I like these cards. So 3 of Wands, Emperor, and then 4 of Wands, which comes back to a celebration, a get together. So there is something that's coming in that you've been working for. This is something you've been working on anyway. And it's going to bring back a little bit more control in your life. And it does give you the ability to celebrate. So even though you feel that 4 of Wands may be a negative influence in the beginning, you will have more reason to celebrate here in the near future. And then let's just do the Ace of Wands quickly here. We're at 25 minutes. Okay. Let's do that. Oops, sorry. Ace of Wands. Tell me about this Ace of Wands and the outcome. I love it. I love the Ace of Wands and the outcome. What is this Ace of Wands? Please tell us. Ace of Wands and outcome. Ah, Fool. 3 of Cups. Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. So yeah, whatever this is going to make you feel young again, make you feel good. It feels good. You're going to celebrate. It's going to feel good to your heart. I don't know. This absolutely could be relationship for somebody, but whatever this is coming in, that full energy is awesome. That's being clarified by clarifying this Ace, because it's not only something you feel passionate about, but it's going to make you feel like you're doing something brand new. Also, there is like celebration involved, and you're going to love it. So with the Queen of Cups, it's going to be something that really means a lot to you. This reading's awesome. Be prepared for the shift. The shift is leading to something good, even though in the now it may not feel like it, because I do feel like it's hard with that. Even though the 6 of Swords is in a positive because we're moving away from something that's no longer serving us, it's still a hard move because 4 of Wands is in our negative influence. But that's okay because we need to look forward. And that's what the 6 of Swords is also telling us. So bless you. Have a beautiful day. I hope this resonated. If it did, please hit the like button. Leave me a comment. I love them. Thank you so much.